welcome Diksha, welcome to Women Listed Podcast. And as we say, we are enough. Okay. So, like you have spoken about watching heirloom weddings outfits being passed down in your family.
Right.
So, at what moment did that emotional connection turn into a business decision? Like, when did you realize I need to build a brand around that? What was that?
Okay. So as you mentioned that I have grown up witnessing women in my family pass down their wedding outfits and treating them like heirlooms, something that carries a lot of memories, a lot of emotions, and most importantly, it has stories across generations which have been passed down. And to them, that outfit was not just merely any other clothing in their wardrobe, but it came from a very important moment in their life. So when did it actually click to me that okay, I need to start a business around it? Was when I started seeing that modern bridal fashion was becoming very trend driven and it was very fast moving. So it got very alienated to me कि मेरे को लगा कि यार I तो have witnessed women in my family treat them like, it's a very special moment and it's very close to my heart. And suddenly it's all trendy and it's all viral and it's all revolving around it. So I thought something as beautiful as a wedding outfit is lacking that deeper emotional connection in women lately, or women actually want to rewrite their narratives. So that is when it clicked to me that why not build a brand that very consciously designs for moments like those. And that idea eventually became Diksha Mahajan, where we try to preserve a memory with every outfit that we are selling to a client. So that's about it.
That's great, lovely idea, I would say. So, today's bridal market is full of trends and like fast changing styles, as we just talked about. So, what gap did you see in the industry that made you feel brides were losing something important? Like, and how does your idea and label, how does your label try to restore the sense of meaning and legacy?
Right. So the industry today, the fashion industry today is very dynamic. But as I also said earlier, it's very trend heavy. I have myself, because I had an experience of working with different brands before, and where I've actually witnessed women picking up an outfit because, it just went viral. This is a pastel shade, and, it started with Anushka Sharma's wedding, where the
Yes, right.
pastels actually took a trend. And they're like, now everyone is wearing pastels. And I was like, wasn't red the color? Like, wasn't red that was taught to us that, you wear red lehengas on your wedding.
Totally.
And I just saw that the trend shift. I was like, okay, now we are picking up something that is very viral and not something that the bride actually resonates with. And for me, couture is not just any outfit. It's not just another piece. It should always, and a bridal outfit should always revolve around a woman's personality, her story, and what moment she is wanting to celebrate it in. And at Diksha Mahajan, we thoughtfully try to curate an outfit which resonates with our deeply rooted Indian craftsmanship, because that is the base. That's where it all started. While actually amalgamating it for the modern Indian woman and what she wants. So that is the gap that we're trying to restore over here. And every piece is curated with utmost detail and precision as per what the woman would actually want to wear and what is it that she wants it to celebrate it in.
Okay. So, as you say, modern brides don't just want to wear luxury, they want to feel it and live it. In practical terms, what does that mean when someone walks into Diksha Mahajan consultation, and how is that experience different from buying from a typical bridal store or somewhere?
Right. I guess luxury for me, or luxury for us actually, is not just spending money. It's not just, sequence ka kaam laga diya, ya embellishments laga di, or it is not just another outfit. It comes from a very personal experience of the client. So when someone walks into a Diksha Mahajan consultation, I feel it's a very collaborative process with the client where we know about her event. What is it that she wants to depict? We have had clients who have come to us and said that, on a wedding lehenga, I want my dog's photo as well. Or, I want my mom's name written on it. That's the amount of personalization that we go into, the depth that we are willing to go into for our own clients, because it is at the end, we are building it for their special moment and they're trusting us with that. So that is how it is not just any other bridal outfit that they are buying at Diksha Mahajan. It is something that they are creating with us to make it feel more memorable and precious and something that is truly theirs.
Like carrying that memory lifetime, I would say.
Exactly, like not just okay, I picked that outfit because it was very trendy and pastel, but something that okay, I created that with the designer.
Okay. So, now that you are part of Women Listed and you are showcasing at Women Listed Bazaar, so what are your thoughts on showcasing at a platform which is completely women led and supports women led brands? What are your thoughts on that?
Right. So it's a very special moment for us because we are coming offline for the very first time.
Oh, great.
And showcasing at Women Listed at Ashoka seems like a perfect opportunity for us, to connect with our client and in person. We have had an amazing response from our clients online on Instagram, and I hope that they love it in person also as much as they love it online. For Women Listed, I feel it's very important for us to have a platform like that where women entrepreneurs can actually connect with each other and build meaningful networks. Like over here, I feel more, it's not just an event, we are building a sense of community over here where women entrepreneurs are coming together, sharing their experiences, learning from each other, and more importantly, getting in each other's network.
Yeah.
So it's not just clothing brands. If a bride comes to me and says, I was looking where to buy a shoe from somewhere, like, where do we buy footwear from? And I see a woman doing a business like that, I'm like, I know this woman, she makes amazing footwear. And, we recommend like that. That's how we build networks over here. And that's how we support women-led businesses. So I think it's a very important, it's very important for us to have an ecosystem like that. And I think Women Listed is doing it amazingly for building an ecosystem where emerging brands can come together and know each other and build that network.
That's right. So, your designs have been worn by artists like Shivani, Krishna Kumar, and the brand has been recognized by Vogue India. So, when those milestones happen, did they change the way you saw your journey as a designer?
Okay, so I think when things like that happen, we have been it won by singers like Shivangi Krishna Kumar. It's won by celebrities and Big Boss, and now being recognized by Vogue India. I think they were incredibly encouraging moments for us. But when I say it didn't change my vision as a designer, but it actually reinforced the belief that the direction that we are taking of amalgamating Indian craftsmanship, modern couture with the strong storytelling is something that people are actually resonating with, and there's something right that we are doing with it. So it came as a reaffirmation to us that okay, you need to go in this direction and you're doing it right. So that is that.
That's great. So, I would ask you a quick rapid fire questions now.
Sure.
Okay, so we'll just go ahead with it. So, three words that describe Diksha Mahajan designs.
Right. It's a memory in motion. It's where your heirloom starts, and it is where your identity actually becomes yours.
If your brand were a person, what would be her personality?
Her personality would be elegance. Like,
That's great.
elegance speaks through every outfit, every thought that we have put in, and we design for the modern Indian woman who actually seeks elegance beyond the ordinary.
So, what is that one unusual customer request you have ever received?
I told that before that a woman actually wanted her cat and her dog both embroidered in the same lehenga. So
On
she
her
was
bridal
on her
lehenga.
bridal lehenga. So apart from her mom's name, her dad's name, we had a dog. We had Lord Krishna as well in her lehenga. We had a cat as well. So we're like, okay, it's something turning out very differently, but it came out all beautifully, and yeah.
That's
and that was a
lovely.
client that we shipped to in Canada. So
Oh.
we were like, okay, people are actually sticking to their roots even there. They have not
Yeah.
left it behind.
Right. So, coffee or chai? Chai while working on your business.
Always a coffee.
Okay. So, first product you ever sold?
The first product that I ever sold was when our outfit went viral when Shivangi wore it for her concert. And it was all over the social media and trending for like 7-10 days.
Oh.
And it was like I sold my first order, and within 6 hours I sold my another, and then within 12 hours I sold another. So it went like that.
Wow. How did it feel?
We had our Instagram was flooded with 100+ messages in a single day.
Wow.
And WhatsApp everywhere.
Okay, so online orders or in-person customers?
I think they both have their own special place. Uh, in person, of course, it gives a more affirming, it comes out more affirmingly to the bride because she has seen it in person. But when we talk about personalized consultations online, they're also going pretty well.
So, are you a minimalist or maximalist?
Minimalist.
Okay. So, Instagram or Pinterest for inspiration?
Pinterest.
One thing you can't work without.
My iPad.
A habit that makes you a better entrepreneur.
Consistency.
Okay. So, are you a planner or a last minute creator?
A planner always.
Morning productivity or late night hustle?
Morning productivity.
Okay. The product that surprised you by selling out.
It was the most basic suit that we
Oh.
sold because we have never made basic. I always feel like that we need to make something different. It's already there in the market. People don't need another of it. But a product actually sold out and we got repeated orders on a basic Farsi salwar suit. And I was like, okay, people are actually loving it because of the color, embroidery, and it was like a rose pink shade.
Wow.
So it was not just another pink that is there, it was a rose pink. So people were like, okay, I want a rose pink color. And it just sold out. We never expected to do it that well.
So that what's the one question or one thing that customers always ask you?
जल्दी डिलीवरी हो जाएगी क्या?
And what's your answer to it?
We'll try our best is all we say. Actually, we have delivered even the urgent orders, like 7-day delivery or something. Our product was gonna go to Canada, as I told you, one order. She gave me an order on 7th of December and she wanted to wear it on 24th.
Oh.
And I was like, कि 6 दिन तो delivery में चले जाएंगे, and I
Yeah.
hardly have time to get the embroideries done, but we pulled it off with late night shifts and everything. So we're like, ठीक है, we'll do it for it's your day, so we'll not make you struggle a lot with it.
That's so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One last question. One line for women listed.
I started here.
Lovely. So sweet.
That's
Thank
where
you.
our brand started offline for the first time. So yeah, I started here.